Chevron 1 encoded. Chevron 2 encoded. Chevron 3 encoded. Chevron 4 encoded. Chevron 5 encoded. Chevron 6 encoded. Chevron 7 locked. Good luck out there.
Hello and welcome everyone to Stargate Flames of Hope. We are back! It has been so long, we missed it terribly. But you know, holidays and food poisoning and migraines, you know, but the universe just said, wait till January, and so here we are. And people's internet connections. But we're all here. Everything is stable, knocking on wood. So we are going to go around, we're going to say who we are, who we're playing. I will start with myself since we're already talking. I'm Lindy, and I'll be playing Ixora, the Aturan scientist of the group, who totally isn't hearing anything strange right now that only she's hearing, so I wouldn't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine. Someone who, you know, is totally normal and doesn't hear weird things would be Fiddler. Deception check. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well, but I would not call Fiddler totally normal, not by any way, shape, or form. Fiddler is a he's a Tolan, basically a human that has been evacuated from the planet long ago, and lost his own planet, and then lost his second asteroid home, and now is working for the Tari because, hey, if you can't beat them, join them, kind of thing. And then lord over them that you have a technological superiority, you know, beyond theirs, and they should just, you know, bow down to your intelligence. But beyond that, should be fun.
Definitely not possessed by a Goa'uld would be D20 coup de grace character. How are you?
You gotta cut out there.
Oh no.
I assume you're me.
Yeah, I didn't hear what character.
Oh no, I said
Okay.
definitely not possessed by a Goa'uld would be D20, your character.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
me. Yes, I'm Golric. I'm a scout, and right now I'm just kind of in the back of the command room enjoying a little bit of this fine delicacy humans call creamer.
I agree. I too enjoy creamer at restaurants. Do I order coffee? No, but they always give too much creamer to the table, so I get the rest. Shiny Pilot knows this quite well. How are you this evening?
I do indeed. You know, those little coffee creamers are the perfect shot size. Just saying. Yep. All right. Yeah, I'm Shiny Pilot playing Jake Miller, Lieutenant. He's of the Tari, and this is his first real assignment, and he is very excited to be there, but still doesn't quite know what he's doing, and I don't quite know what I'm doing, so I'm still learning him as I go. And I'm looking forward to tonight. It's been a while.
You know who is looking forward to tonight? That would have to be our Gate Master, Nuggetosaurus. How are you this evening?
I am doing great. I'm very excited to be back. I'm very excited to run you guys through this. Yeah, we're just gonna hop right in. So last time we left off, before my internet rudely disconnected me,
Rude.
everyone was, you know, just kind of doing their own thing about 3-4 o'clock in the morning when they noticed that they had been hearing a high-pitched, you know, whirling kind of noise coming through the PA system of the base, and went to investigate. They all ended up finding each other at the Gate Room Command Center, where they learned that the gate had activated itself. The security protocols did go into place, or did not go into place. I don't remember.
I don't think the iris closed, or the force field closed, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm.
Did not go into place, and General PK Lawyer actually is the one who recognized it because he was in the room above. And then when the party joined, they did some sciencing, and they discovered that there was a signal within the signal that defied some laws of physics when tampered with by our dear Fiddler, and maybe might have had some empathetic thoughts projecting towards, Ixora, another party member. And when Fiddler decided to do some experimenting and, kind of phase shift that signal a little bit, Ixora got a message. She heard some words, some things, and passed out. And we are just going to pick right up where we left off with Ixora on the floor, kind of coming back to consciousness.
Somebody shut off that alarm.
Goodness. Did anyone else hear that?
Hear what?
The message. So was someone speaking? Very, very
No.
quiet though, very far away.
Nah, I'm
sounding.
pretty sure I got all the noise out. That was the whole point of me doing what I did.
Well, hang on a sec, though. Are you okay? You kind of really passed out there. We called for medical.
Yeah, it seems I'm on the floor indeed, yes.
You have a killer headache. Killer
my head
headache.
hurts
Maybe we should
a
ease you
fair
up
amount.
slowly here.
Oof. Yes, you pushed the button. I heard a message, and then I opened my eyes on the floor. No one else experienced this? No? Just
What was
me.
the message?
Oh, they said, hello? Is anyone there? Help, please. Somebody? And then I woke up on the floor.
Sounds like a distress call.
It does. I did get very much feelings of concern. So, projecting through with the message. So, yes, I would deduce that it is a distress signal of some type.
You got feelings from this message, General Lawyer?
Yes, they were not well, I was feeling the feelings already through the high-pitched noise. They were transmitting through with the noise. Because I could feel them, but I knew they weren't mine.
Right.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Wasn't this like an organic signal, but it was
No.
it was a digital signal, but we were getting emotions from it. That was the weird thing about it.
Yes. So
okay.
it was a manufactured like a mechanical signal, but that sub signal was organic.
Okay, that's right.
The one that you pulled out and manipulated.
Okay.
That one was organic.
So yes, that is what occurred from my perspective.
Well, did we get the address of the location where it came from?
Yeah, we've got it. I've got it. The gate is still active at this time. You do know that there are about 5 minutes left until the automatic gate shut down.
We should perhaps attempt to send a message back through? Perhaps asking for more details or clarification?
You saying like a physical message?
Well, it's an incoming wormhole, so we cannot send a physical message, but we could transmit a signal back. Perhaps they would understand it.
I could set that up for you if that's what you guys want to do.
Maybe like message received. Who are you or something like that? I'm not the expert here, but it does seem like someone's in distress.
If you guys want me to send a signal, you've got about 5 minutes before the gate automatically shuts down. It gets to its 36 minutes.
38 minutes.
38 minutes.
I think it's 30.
Yeah, well, it's 30 some odd minutes.
It's 30 something. It's like a weird number.
Yeah, it's an even number above 35.
And Gore just looks to the general.
General Lawyer he moves over to Heim, who, as you guys know, is the gate technician. They are the main gate technician. He kind of like takes a look at the screens and then just turns to Heim and, can we get a message through? Yeah, no, I can definitely do that, but it's a matter of, do you want to send a message to a Stargate that activated to us and didn't trip any of our security protocols. So that, I mean, you're the boss. Do you have the gate address? Yeah, I've got the gate address. Hold off on that message for now. Okay.
And
Guess
I
we'll
look at my
prepare a mouth
shattered
then?
teacup on the floor and like the spilled tea, and I'm just like, oh, I believe I will need a new beverage and what is it you call it? Tylenol? Tylenol?
Tylenol.
Yes.
Yeah.
That.
At this time, the medical team does arrive,
Mhm.
and they get a general sense of what's going on. They'll get, scans of you and just
They're
kind
like,
of
we
do
want
a
to scan
cursory.
your brain.
Yeah, they do kind of like a cursory, just like real quick while they're there because they don't have all of their high-tech equipment kind of
I
thing.
do not believe I am concussed.
Yeah, you're not concussed, not at all. You look quite fine, actually. You're a little pale, but I don't know if you might normally be that pale. I'm not sure. But and you said that you've been hearing something?
Yes, when the signal was put out of phase, I heard a message.
Right. We should probably get you back for some more proper scans back in the med lab.
Of course, understandable.
Especially if you're being affected by some type of alien signal, that would probably be best to get those scans. Yes. All right, this way, please.
All right.
And
I will
yeah,
be
they
back.
will lead you.
I'll just
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
everyone else and then politely duck out of the room and leave.
And they'll lead you to the medical wing where they do just the basic, MRI.
Yep, time to get my brain scanned.
Yeah, they have some TOCRA because this is a cooperative base. They do have
Mhm.
some TOCRA technology that they use, things like that, just to kind of get a baseline and see maybe. You do know when all of you had a physical when you guys
They got
came.
baseline of
Yeah,
everything.
they have your baselines of everything with both the Tauri and the TOCRA technology. So they're looking for anything out of phase, anything that doesn't fit right with you.
I'm just patiently waiting and complying with all tests. It is scientific, method after all, so,
Yes. While you are in the med lab, the 38-minute mark happens, and you feel even though you're pretty far away from the gate at this time, when it closes because you stop feeling all of those things that you were still feeling even after passing out. So like the concern, things like that. Once the gate shuts down, you no longer feel that. You don't feel that like secondary emotion.
Yeah, she'll just say it out loud then, I think the gate is closed.
She kind of looks at her watch and yeah, I suppose. Yeah. And there's no clocks around or anything. So she's kind of confused on how
I look a little
but...
lighter, like the concern isn't pressing down upon me. I'm just like,
yeah.
The gate is closed, I believe.
Yes, finally. So they will go about and do that. Fiddler, Jake, and Gorik, what are you guys doing in the gate room, in the command room?
Well, Jake would talk with the general, something to the effect, I don't know verbatim, but something to the effect of, well, we received this message. Is this something we want to pursue further with the MALP? And possibly with ground teams to check out. We want to try and send a signal. He's trying to figure out what the next steps would be with the general.
Right.
After
General
assuming,
Boyer,
of course, Xor is okay.
Yeah. She's in scans right now. You guys don't really they don't have any updates for you or anything like that. The general, he kind of starts pacing back and forth. Like, this is the first time anything like this has happened. He's not. You can tell he's very much so a military general. He is in control. He knows what he's doing. He is just thinking right now, kind of thing, pacing back and forth, considering his options. I definitely think dialing the gate to the address would be a good course of action, just to kind of establish and see if there's anyone on the other side. The fact that we received a signal is not that concerning. It's happened before. The fact that none of our security protocols were tripped is very concerning to me. That I'm not comfortable with that.
So
All right,
proceed cautiously.
Yes, definitely proceed cautiously. Jesse, get a mouth ready, please. And
Go-
y'all's handler.
Gorik's actually already down there preparing it.
Okay, yeah. Jesse will gesture out like the big glass window, and yeah, he's already got it covered. Like, do you still? No, it's fine. It's fine if he's got it covered. And you're just, getting it prepared. And I assume you do this pretty frequently, so you know what you're doing, kind of
Oh,
thing.
well, I mean, I am the scout.
Yeah.
It's a pretty scouty thing to do.
Exactly. Yeah. So no roll, nothing like that. You get it prepared the way it's supposed to be. What is Fiddler doing during all this?
Fiddler is just continuing to look over the twin signals that were received, because the organic signal and the mechanical signal they're very strange, especially since they could not be compressed. And so he's just trying to understand what was going on. So he's just messing around there, continuing to go over what he had done. And
okay. The mechanical signal, it does everything that it's supposed to do. It, any way you manipulate it, it does what it's supposed to do. The only one that does not follow that is the organic signature. It doesn't allow for any type of manipulation or any type of assessment or anything like that. It's just it's not following laws of physics, and it's very concerning.
And that's why he's documenting and studying it, because he's like, it's going to make me famous.
Yeah.
Working on it.
After a little bit of time, Ixora, you are released. Your baseline is normal. There's nothing, nothing out of place, nothing wrong. And the doctor, whose name you would know as,
Yes,
Doctor.
Natisha
Abara.
Yes.
Yes. Dr. Abara will give you a clean bill of health and release you back to do whatever you'd like, to your duties.
I'll make another cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Take a couple Tylenol for the headache. And then go back to the gate room with my cup of tea again and hope I don't break 2 coffee cups in one day.
And your mug has been cleaned up from before. They took care of that for you. When the gate closed, your headache subsided some.
Okay.
Not completely, but it wasn't as intense. So still definitely Tylenol is required, but not as bad.
Gotcha.
Once you come back to the gate room, General Lawyer will he just kind of gives you a nod. And what results? Are you all right? Anything unusual?
Clean bill of health, nothing unusual, just a slight headache.
Good,
it receded as soon as the gate closed.
As soon as the gate closed.
Just gonna comment. Don't worry about it.
Well, you guys are the team that's here, and you're the ones who know the situation from the beginning, so prepared to roll out if necessary.
All right. Sorry, you feel you're good to go through the gate?
Yes, I should be fine. I am physically in perfect condition.
All right. Well, Gorg's down getting the mouth ready.
I will get my gear and finish this tea.
Okay. Well, let's do it. Don't go to gearing up montage.
Yeah. And we cut. No. So it doesn't take you guys long. You guys know what you're doing. You guys know how to get prepped really quickly. The MALP is ready to go. And you guys all kind of convene back in the gate command room, where Heim is getting ready to dial up the Stargate. He tells you that the gate leads to a planet dubbed KP3-085. That is what he says the gate will lead to, that planet. Okay, Nugget, ma'am, I'm going to need you to shift. There we go. he waits for Commander Lawyer, General Lawyer, who turns to you guys and everybody ready to go?
Ready to go, sir.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Heim, dial it up. And Heim does so. He goes ahead and he dials the gate, locks all of the chevrons, and the Stargate is they establish a stable wormhole. They Gorik, do you have control of the map, or would you have given that to like one of the gate techs?
Well, I assume that's a gate tech thing, unless like I'm controlling the map on the other side.
Okay. So then, yeah.
I just leave that up to them for now. Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah. So the gate techs would take care of it, but you would have for this map, since you set it up, you would have the remote for the other side.
Yeah.
They go ahead and they send it through. It does take a little bit of time. It takes a little bit longer than you guys are used to for any kind of images or readings to come back for the map to materialize back on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
When it does, I need everybody to give me a perception check, please.
Oh, okay.
Just
for we're gonna have to make saving throws. I was like, oh no.
No saving throws, just a perception
there's gonna
check
be another
to see what you
weird
see
signal
on the screen. Nope.
21 for Fiddler.
21, very nice.
Fiddler catches
18
something.
for Jake
Perception.
Midler.
All right.
15 for Ixora, and
Yes.
a 10 for Gorik. Okay. Gorik.
Distracted. Yep.
You see a appears to be a big open room. It is very dark. You can tell through this image that it is some type of like it's a closed room. You can tell that there are walls. You can see 3, one on the left, one front, one to the right. Can't really make out much more.
Is there anything that would make good cover? Right.
Not that you can immediately see.
Okay.
It looks to be a big open room. Well, medium open room, not super big, but not little either. It wouldn't be cramped in there.
I just say not much cover in there.
Ixora,
yes.
you see a little bit more. You can tell that the walls of this room are metallic.
Oh.
It's made out of some type of metal.
Interesting.
You can see up in the ceiling of the angle where you're like the camera hits. You can see glints of something.
Oh.
You're not quite sure what it is, but you do see like little, just kind of sporadically. There's about 3 or 4 of them, just up kind of in the ceiling roof line. Jake Miller, you see everything that they see, but you can make out that those glinting things are like half spheres that are attached to the ceiling, and they're very small. They're not big. They're not like a big like security dome camera kind of thing like you would see in like Walmart. They're just like little, like about little maybe tea saucer sized, and there's about 3 or 4 of these little pucks in the ceiling along the walls, so not in the center, along the walls. Fiddler, you see everything they see. You can tell that there is a closed door when you guys are looking at the map is looking at the wall in front of it. There's a closed door on the right hand wall. You can also tell that there is something moving in here that you can't quite make eye contact with. So like every time you look at it, you find that you're seeing it out of the corner of your eye.
Okay.
And that is what you guys all see.
Did you guys see that there's movement in there?
I did not.
Movement. I couldn't stop looking at the spheres on the ceiling.
No. It's just, you can't. Every time you look at it, it's at the corner of your eye. I think if we go in there, we're going to have to be careful that it's going to be a hot landing. How's
the life signs look on the map? Does it look human capable?
Yeah, so the mouth readings are it's breathable Earth-like atmosphere. There is no harmful chemicals or toxins or anything like that.
Okay.
It's not reading any life signs. It is reading a little bit of EMP, so there's some type of electrical device in the room. But other than that, nothing seems really out of place.
And then the last question, is there a DHD visible?
Not from where you can see.
Sir, can we push the map in a little bit further in the room and maybe broadcast our intentions to whoever's in there?
General lawyer nods to the tech, and they go ahead and they push it in a little bit further. They do they kind of turn and scan around. And as they're turning, Fiddler, just same thing. As you're watching the screen, you just, every time you think you're looking at it, it's in the corner of your eye, kind of thing.
That's creepy.
But as the map does turn, there is a DHD. It's not in its normal place. So normally when you see a Stargate, it's literally directly
Right
in front of it. So you can kind of go up the stairs into the Stargate. This one is to the left. So when you're looking at it, it's to the left, like directly next to it. It's just an unusual place for a Stargate. You guys aren't used to that. You want to cast your intentions? Go for it, Lieutenant.
Okay. He leans to the microphone. Attention to whoever's in the gate room. If you can understand me, we got your message, and we'd like to come assist. Is anybody there? He doesn't really know what he's doing.
You guys wait a couple seconds. There doesn't seem to be any response. Fiddler, you're not seeing that strange thing out the corner of your eye anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Everything seems still.
Perhaps they are unable to reply.
You might be right. I just don't know what else is waiting for us on the other side.
Well, I say we find out. Shotgun.
Yep. Beretta out.
Yes. Yes.
Right behind you, Gorik.
I do not plant any weapons.
Are you pacifist?
General, would you like us to go check this out?
As Jake's asking Gorik and Fiddler going straight to
right. General lawyer, he looks like he doesn't look worried because military men never look worried, but he
thoughtful. He looks thoughtful.
Yeah, he's thoughtful. He's considering his options.
Must be a Hammond.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's very Hammond-like. You are the leader of your team. I will leave it up to you. This is a conundrum, not something that we have come across yet. There's no immediate danger that we can see. We could just leave it, but I will leave that option up to you.
Gorg just stops a few feet in front of the gate and then looks back to Jake.
Waits.
Fiddler runs into the back of him because he didn't expect him to stop. Hey, what the hell?
Sir.
I thought we were going.
Sir, I think this horn's checking out, so leave the lights on for us.
Good luck and Godspeed.
Gorik, go for it.
Just walks through.
Yep. Fiddler right behind him. Just a little to the left.
Okay.
So that he can keep an eye on the door.
will.
That's his first impulse, to look over towards the door when he comes through.
Okay, so we've got Gorik,
regularly.
Ixora, and then Jake, you bringing up the rear?
Yep, bring up the rear.
Alrighty, you guys step through the Stargate. You get that familiar feeling of an absence of feeling. Familiar feeling of absence of feeling. You know what I mean?
Next hit song. Next hit song right there.
Yeah.
Absence of feeling.
Yes.
The familiar feeling of the absence
of absence feeling. You all each step through, and then you are on the other side, and you see the map in front of you facing you guys this time because it was turned around. And you see, you guys can all clearly see that this is a medium-sized antechamber of some sort. It is metallic walls. It's like a gunmetal kind of color, with a strange texture. It's not smooth metal. There is some type of texturing to the wall that you guys can't really make out this far away from it. And it's empty.
Is it dark or light? Or normal?
It's lit up by the Stargate, but you imagine once the Stargate closes, it will be dark in here.
All right. Jake clicks on his flashlight on his P90.
Okay, absolutely.
Gorik goes up to one of the walls and says, "You ever seen construction like this before?" Kind of like looking over at it.
I will go over to the wall and investigate. Have I seen construction like this before?
Absolutely. Even without a roll, you have never seen any type of construction like this before. You do not know what type of metal this is.
No, this is absolutely fascinating. I rip out a sheet of paper from my little book, and I take a rubbing to get the pattern of the grain of the metal on a piece of paper, and then I put it back.
Absolutely.
I imagine
Gorik is like looking like she actually found something. Like, what'd you find?
This is an amazing discovery.
Wow.
Something never seen before. I imagine
Question.
Exora doesn't have a flashlight. She's got a headlamp so she can write down things and look.
What are like the like acoustic and aspects of this room? Because we walked in, this is a strange metal. It should have certain echo qualities to it. Whether it be warmer, colder, that kind of thing. Are there any noticeable atmospheric differences and acoustic differences in the room?
So when Exora touches the wall to do her rubbing, there's not really. It's slightly colder than room temperature, but it's not
cold.
It's not unusual for that. Like, it's not freezing cold. It's not super hot. It's just slightly colder than room temperature. You would expect a room of this size to be a little bit more echoey than it is. It's not quite as sound doesn't travel exactly the way it seems like it should be in a room that's metal of this size. It's a little bit more muffled. Your footsteps don't carry as far. Some type of sound dampening, maybe.
Okay. I saw a door
Cat meow.
on that side. Strange, I hear felines in the room somewhere. I don't know what's there might be on the other side of the door. There's a door right over there. Fiddler will move towards the door and look to see if there's any sort of mechanism for opening or controlling the door.
Jake's securing the room while they're doing that. He's just walking around.
Okay, Jake, go ahead and make me a investigation check. Fiddler, you can make me a perception check. Or investigation.
Obsessed with the texture of this wall and its properties.
Exora, you can make me a science check.
Ooh. Love
That's
science.
terrible. Wait, hold on.
16.
16, okay.
Got a 6.
6, okay.
Perhaps the grooves in the metal prevent sound waves from bouncing properly. Just theorizing.
Would this room or this door be considered a technology over a particular level? Like tech level of 4 or higher?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I used an investigation. It would be engineering. So I don't get the bonus. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. But freebie, yes.
Okay.
Fiddler is familiar enough with technology that he can recognize that this isn't just a room.
Okay.
So Jake Miller, you don't really find anything. Room's clear, nothing of interest. No signs of danger, nothing like that. Ma'am, can you
keep hearing like it's this cat in this building?
Yeah, you guys just had this echoing of a cat in the back of your mind.
Here, let me silence my cell phone.
Fiddler, you find this door. It is it's not like square or rectangular like a door. It is a curved archway. And you see that there is like a little knob on you're looking at it on this side. So on the right side when you're looking at it.
Okay.
And then Exora, you with your science check, you can tell that the walls are what is dampening the sound in here.
Yes. My theory proves
it
it seems to be correct.
Yeah, yeah. And as you're like touching the wall and investigating and things, you can feel the wall
Yes.
very faintly. It like vibrates.
Oh,
Like an electrical hum
I just
kind of thing.
press myself against it to feel the vibration better.
Yeah, yeah. So
In my
as
ear.
you do that and you put your ear against it, you hear kind of like that sound that hype that was coming through the speakers of the base. You're hearing that but way less noticeable than it was when it was coming through the speakers.
I hear the signal in the walls.
What?
It's vibrating. In the walls, the sound of this, it's much more tolerable at this level in volume, but it's there.
Jake comes up to join them, hugging the wall and listening. He's like, well,
So you're
Hmm?
saying the structure sent the message?
I mean, we don't know the structure could be sentient.
I mean, what if this wall is just hollow? Jake goes thud thud on it. It's just like,
It could be an external signal that's just being.
Antenna? There are so many theories.
But I mean, it's metal. I mean, if the signal's strong enough outside, it might just be accidental that it was sent through the gate itself, because the gate's connected to the floor and the floor's connected to the walls. The wall's vibrating.
this still begs the question: who dialed the gate?
Creepy guy out of the corner of her eyes.
No,
Which
You
have
seen
not
any more of
noticed
that?
Since, yeah, you have not noticed it since you've entered the room.
I'm gonna go over to the gate then, now that I know the signal's coming from the wall.
Yeah.
Or at least
They're
through the
coming out of
walls.
the walls.
Just to make sure that the DHD looks like it's doing okay, maybe?
Yeah, DHD, nothing seems to be wrong with it. You kind of like pop open the access panel and take a look at all of the crystals and stuff inside. Looks like it should work perfectly fine. As you are fiddling with it, the gate does shut down.
Oh.
Fiddling is my thing. Stop that, Exora.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
We're
imagine
looking.
that general lawyer probably cut the connection.
Yeah. That's just
Hey,
our
guys.
headlamps
How
and flashlights.
dark does it get?
Pretty dark.
Okay.
Like if you didn't
No
have
windows.
your lamps, yeah. If you didn't have your lamps, it would be pitch black.
They got mine on.
Have mine on.
Mhm.
Oops.
I turn on my dim light because I don't need that much light for me to see.
Right.
All right. So, is there any obvious doorways or hallways, exitways from the
Yeah,
gate?
I right here, boss. I
Yeah.
found the handle. Who wants to turn it? Not me. Nose
I
goes.
can turn it. The
No.
person with the thirst for discovery. Go
So I'm thinking Goric.
Yes, you should let me handle this one.
Good man, Goric. Let me stand way
You're
over
right.
here.
You're right. I learned a lesson from walking through doorways first once.
Did you?
You know, I
Yes.
Golric slowly reaches his hand towards the knob as the music intensifies.
Yes.
And
We
you're-
cut to
you're-
commercial.
You're right. Music intensifies. Your
We come
hand
back from
touches
commercial
the
and we
knob.
see the last like 10 seconds before we cut to commercial.
Right.
So when you're watching it streamed on a service later, it's a little disconcerting because it's like hand
Yeah.
on the doorbell and then reaching for it again.
Handle,
Oh.
yeah. You touch the door handle, nothing happens. You are able to it's literally just like a circular knob. It as you're kind of jiggling with it, it's a twist. Yeah.
Right, push
like-
pull.
What's twist?
Twist.
Let the twist.
Lefty loosey. Yeah, you
Righty
twist it to
tighty
the
lefty.
left and then
Yeah.
pull kind of thing to open the door.
He's still alive. That's a good sign.
Look
You open the
beyond.
door.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So
Now
you
you die.
open the door. And Gork, do you have a light on?
No.
No. Okay. So you see from Fiddler's and Ixora and Jake Miller's lights who are kind of behind you.
I'm definitely like
um,
above and like looking in. I'm not going through
Yeah,
the door
yeah.
first, but I'm definitely looking over.
Okay, yeah, with
Because I'm tall.
yeah. And with Ixora's light, you can see seems to be a long corridor. The whole thing is shaped like the door, so it's like an egg kind of shape. Same type of metal. The floor is where the floor is that metal that you guys are currently standing on. The floor in here seems to be like those metal grate gangways kind of things. You know what I'm talking about? You see them in like ships and stuff, things like that.
Like catwalks.
Yeah,
like in
catwalk.
Aliens, that's where the alien comes from underneath to get you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like that.
Lots of superhero battles take place on them. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Very dramatic. Yes.
Very dramatic.
That's what you see before you.
There's definitely like a strange echo as you walk on them because they move differently than anything else. So you get this weird echoing effect as you walk on them.
But maybe not with these walls.
Oh,
That's
true.
I go forward and look for a door.
I'm right behind Gorik.
I'm right in front of Jake.
I'm not first, so it's fine.
First.
Jake's
Okay, so
behind
we have
Ixora.
Gorik, Ixora, Jake, Fiddler. Or no, you said
No,
Fiddler
I'm right in
was
front of Jake. I'm right in front of Jake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Gorik, Ixora, Fiddler, Jake.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Perfect. Gorik, you step inside. Ixora, you follow after, and as soon as your foot hits that gangway, make me with some saving throw, please.
No. I'm allegedly decent at these.
Allegedly.
Nat 20.
Ooh,
Nice!
very nice. Very nice. Okay. So your foot hits that gangway and you feel that emotion that's not yours again.
Oof.
It kind of hits you like a brick. Like it is way more powerful than it was on Phoenix Base.
Yeah. There will be a visual reaction to that then for the people behind her.
Yeah.
Like a balancing kind of thing for a moment.
Right.
You feel Fiddler come like right up and like steady you by your back. It's like, hey, you all right?
I feel the emotion again. It's much stronger here.
Well, all right. Well, you're on your feet, so you're either getting used to it or they're taking it easy on you.
Something. I assume we'll find out. I wonder if this is perhaps a vessel instead of a regular planet?
Oh, I hope I can fly it. Wonderful.
Or it is an interesting basic
have you
operations
taken
on
any recordings about the ambient noise levels? Have you?
I reach it down for the thing and I stick my arm back, like I reach back over into the room where it was quieter, and then I pull it out here.
Yeah.
It
is so this hallway. It's yeah. The hallway's much smaller than the antechamber was, but it feels more echoey in here.
Okay. Interesting.
You're assuming whatever dampening sounds were in that antechamber are not present here in this corridor. As you're doing this, as you're kind of like fiddling with this instrument, you hear in the back of your mind, far away, you hear, "Hello?
Hello?
Hi! Are you here?
Oh my goodness. Yes?
I'm not talking.
You should hurry. You should hurry.
Hurry where and why?
Forward and left. Forward and left. Hurry.
Okay.
Go forward and all right.
What? Why? What?
Oh, I'm sorry. There was a voice in the very back of my head, and I was communicating with it.
Is it the same voice?
It says we should
as before?
hurry. Yes, I believe so. It says we should hurry and go forward and left.
All right. Did anyone ever tell you not to listen to strange voices in your head?
That is not a part of a Turan education, no.
Common sense. All right, that's great. Let's keep moving forward.
It said we should keep an open mind about things.
Very true.
I don't believe that was literal. I don't really...
I believe it was.
Explains so much.
I think it would.
Yeah. So Gork, do you lead the way?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Alrighty. So, you head forward. You guys imagine you go a couple hundred feet before your lamps light up a T. So you can go left or you can go right.
Left, of course.
Left. Okay, so you guys head left.
It's either a trap or we're going the right way. It's a
one of the
50-50.
two. One of the two.
And I will just say, we have turned left. Anything we should be expecting? Also, what should we call you?
Um,
I'm Ixora. Just out loud.
out
trying
loud,
to,
yeah.
yeah.
You hear it's a little bit louder now that you've kind of gone forward and to the left. It's a little bit louder. You hear yes, I see you. You're going right way. Good. Or left, but that's the right way. Yes, good. Drew, you can call me Drew.
Well, it's lovely to meet you, Drew. I am Ixora.
You should hurry.
Okay, well, we should pick up the pace. Drew, and I point to the back of my head, says that they can see us and that we should hurry. They
I
seem
continue
friendly.
moving forward skeptically.
Okay, absolutely.
Feather hangs back
skepticism.
to Jake. It's like, sir, I think we should schedule conversations about operational security for the next meeting of the group. Like not talking to strange voices in your head and giving names and locations. I don't know what your thoughts are on this one, but
Probably be good to do so, but we'll handle that later.
I figured we put it down on. If we survive lacks of security, we will go over this next. Okay, great. Just wanted to make sure.
Jake Miller, you are at the back of the party.
Sure is.
Make me a perception check, please.
Because there's a ghost coming right up behind you. 14.
14. Okay.
You're good.
The
Come on,
sounds. Yeah. The sounds that you're hearing right now are normal, right? So you guys, the sounds that you were hearing before in the antechamber were not normal. They were slightly muffled. Now that you are in this corridor, it sounds the way it should. The metal, it's echoey. You guys are, it sounds like the grates beneath you. There is a while before there's anything to stop the sound that's coming there. And if any of you at any time like point your lamps down, you just see a chasm of blackness below you.
Ooh.
Creepy.
A little bit. But Jake, as you're walking, you hear all of these sounds. You hear the footsteps of your companions, and then you begin to notice a fifth set of footsteps that are almost perfectly in time with yours, specifically yours.
Getting
But
hair on the neck. Wow.
yeah. As you're walking, like you're taking in all these sounds, and then just slightly you hear your footstep echoes wrong, and that's kind of what tips you off that, oh, there's another set of footprints or footsteps behind us. And if you at any point were to turn around, you don't see anything, but you do hear this slightly, the barest smidgen out of sync footsteps with yours.
Jake keeps turning around every now and then, flicking his flashlight, looking left, looking right, looking up, looking down. Nothing. He'll kind of just ponder and mull it over in his head as we keep going. And I think about what Jake would do with that.
Absolutely. Ixora, you hear after a while, you guys went forward and to the left, so you're heading down that left corridor. After a while, you hear, oh, good. Up a ways, you'll see three ways you can go. You have to go down.
All right.
Not much longer after you hear that, Goric, you do notice that there is it's another T intersection where you can go left or right, but then you also see a ladder. There's like set into the wall, kind of like in Alien, how they have like you step into the ladder that's kind of like in the wall with it's like an indent kind of thing, if that makes sense. You see one of those heading down.
Well, All right.
Down. We need to go down.
That's to the creepy black abyss.
You still hearing that voice? Is the voice guiding you on this?
Yes,
Exora?
it is. It said we're on the right track. We're doing great, but when we get to this intersection, we need to go down.
We're going to help this voice.
They do sound like the one who left the message. So yes.
All right. I just
Their name is Drew.
Jake's gonna.
just kind of like yell down, "We're coming, Drew!"
If
and
there's
start walking to
The closer we
a-
get, the louder it gets.
if there's a momentary pause, Jake will lean into Fiddler and be like, "Hey, I think something's behind us. I keep hearing steps. Are you hearing anything?"
Not that I noticed, but I'll be keeping an ear out this time because now you got me freaked out. I've got Miss
I'm a little
ESP up
freaked
front,
out.
and now you're hearing things behind.
Yeah, yep. I'm a little freaked out too.
All right. Good God. Why didn't I bring my explosives? Damn it.
Next time.
Fiddler, you can
Next
roll
time.
a perception check now that he has pointed this out.
Okay. Perception.
Perception.
Hear nothing.
Yeah, no, you're just hearing the normal sounds of this corridor and what you expect to hear.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Mm-hmm.
Goric, I'm assuming I see he stepped away, but I'm assuming he leads the way down the ladder because I think I did hear him say that.
I'm right behind him.
Yeah. Goric begins to lead the way down this ladder. Once it gets past the grate, it is just an open ladder, and all you can see is just the wall that the ladder is attached to, and then a black chasm, anything outwards or downwards. You're not quite sure how long you spend climbing down this ladder. It feels like a really long time.
Ooh, I time it because we did encounter a time dilation field the last time Fiddler and I had a thing. So I have a watch.
Yes,
I said.
Call that an adventure. It's called an adventure, is what we had.
You time it, and once you guys, eventually, you guys do start to see when your lights shine down, you see it like a floor, like a metal floor. Eventually, it takes about 10 minutes on this ladder for you guys to start to see the floor. So quite a ways.
Hope we don't have to escape fast.
Who knows?
DM laughs.
Why are you going and cursing us already with that? I mean, don't you know not to say those things out loud?
I just suggest we find another way.
You hear, but so as your lamps begin to pick up that there is a floor beneath you, Exora, in your head, you hear, stop, don't move, stop.
Don't move. Everybody freeze.
Freezing.
And I need everybody to make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh no. I'm sorry, I just looked at my text score. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, no, I actually did shockingly well with a +1.
Okay, 16, 6, 16, and an 18. Okay, so.
I clicked the wrong one, but whatever.
Oh yeah, you can roll it again if you've
No,
got
it's fine. It's fine.
Are you proficient in dex saves, though?
Nope.
Okay.
No, okay.
Yeah,
so
it'd roll the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Goric hears stop, and he's just like, "Don't."
Yeah. So you guys hear Ixora say stop. Goric, you stop. Ixora, you stop.
Don't move.
Fiddler, you are able to stop. Jake, you
focusing on those damn footsteps.
Yeah, you're still hearing them. Like you're still hearing like the faint like clunk 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 behind
of,
you.
The rings of the ladder above him as we're
above you.
down.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's creepy.
No. It's like a couple of horror video games we played. No.
Yeah. As Exora says stop, you're not prepared for it because you're so focused on these steps that you're hearing behind you. You slip. You do not stop properly, and you slip and you lose your grip on this railing and you start to fall. I will give Fiddler first. I will give you a chance to catch or steady him or something like that since you are directly beneath him.
Okay, would you like me to roll to attempt to save Jake?
How would you like to attempt to save Jake?
I'd like to think that since Jake has got me paranoid now about creepy sounds from behind me and I'm hearing them,
Just
I
a
am
little bit.
paying attention up, not really paying attention to down, because I know Gorik's got that covered and Exora's
Yeah.
talking to whatever creepy thing's out there. So I'm paying attention to up. So I'd like to think that maybe I see Jake slipping and I want to try and like steady him as best I can. Just try like push against his, like I stop and that means he's sliding into me. So I'm going to try and like
Just
catch him and
hug him.
push him back towards the.
Yeah. Okay. I will, in that case, you can do a strength or an athletics check, whichever is better for you.
Okay, let me see which one is better.
It's-
Okay. They're all +1. So that'll be fun.
My deck save was +1. You never know.
Okay. We're going to go with athletics just because that sounds more fun. All right, I clicked it and nothing happened.
Oh,
there we go, 14.
14. Okay, good. All you needed was a 12, so that's perfect.
Nice.
Okay.
So you are kind of hyper focused and a little bit paranoid right now. So you see Jake as he you can see that his gaze is still upwards and still kind of focused on, whatever might be above you guys. And so you notice as he begins to slip, and you notice that it's his foot, his boot misses the ring. So you're very quickly able to literally grab his leg and put it on the next ring. You just kind of like shove it forward onto the next rung. So he doesn't fall and he's able to catch himself.
Almost tripped over that dang cat I keep hearing.
Hey,
That
keep
phantom
your arse
cat.
out of my face there, Jake. All right.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
I don't know how
thanks,
far
Filler.
down it is, all right? Could you just not like put your arse in my face, all right? Just
All
hold
right,
on.
just keep hearing those footsteps.
I hear them too, and that's the only reason I caught your foot, all
Why,
right?
why are we stopping? What's going
We're
on?
at the bottom.
Because creepy voice said stop.
yes.
Ev-
To not move.
Everybody roll me perception checks.
Perception.
Ah.
Really? Oh, I'm refreshing. I'm tired of this. I keep rolling.
Oh, there we go.
No.
Hey, as long as someone got it.
Perception.
Gork,
It's
okay.
terrible.
Uh,
Okay, two
Gork
yeah,
of
and
I rolled
us.
like 2 or 3 times now.
Two at the
in a
front.
row.
Jake and I are just fiddling with each other, trying to stay on the ladder while they're
Yeah,
Yeah, trying
yeah.
trying not to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are a little bit distracted. Despite being a little bit distracted, you guys aren't super loud. You guys are pretty quiet right now, just because kind of the atmosphere in here has given you that instinct, I need to be quiet kind of feeling. So even though you're talking back and forth, it's not loud. Your voices aren't carrying very much. And because of that, Gorik and Ixora, you are able to hear what Jake, although you guys didn't know that he was hearing this, you hear what Jake was hearing. You guys have stopped, but you're still hearing something descending the ladder above you. You also
Shotgun.
hear you also hear before the Zach gun goes off, you guys also hear who rolled? We rolled a 21. Is that what somebody rolled? Gorik, you can make out 4 other sets of footsteps coming from below you. You guys haven't quite reached the bottom. You're still a ways up. Your light is just barely hitting the floor. So you guys, like I said, you guys aren't quite at the bottom yet. You're just kind of hovering on this ladder, and you can hear 4 sets of footsteps below you. And then you're also hearing that set of footsteps on the rungs above you.
1 above, 4 below.
I have not been given permission to move yet. Or instructions to.
Just
You guys-
slowly bringing up the Zach.
Yeah. You guys just kind of hang in suspense for a couple minutes here, and it's a while. Like it gets to the point where you get that when you're playing hide and seek and you know that person is right there, and you shouldn't move, but you get that itch to run. You guys all kind of have that instinct right now. So everybody go ahead and roll me Constitution saving throws, please.
Oh no. Well, it's better than my stealth check, I guess. Let's go.
See if you can fight
Ooh.
back that fear to run.
We're hardened veterans of Stargate.
I've been on missions.
16. Yeah, Gork
I've
is
16,
done
okay.
rock.
things.
Good. Okay, so I see 2 16s. What else do we got?
13.
24 and a 13. Okay. Fiddler, you get a little antsy. You don't give in to that feeling, but you feel like you really want to. You really want to. But the fact that you're surrounded, you've got Jake above you and Exora below you, kind of calms you a little bit. You've got a buffer kind of thing.
But you at least have 7 feet between you and whatever's below you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Eventually, Gorik, with your 21, you do hear, at the very least, the footsteps that you were kind of hearing pacing around below you. Those begin to recede. During that time, that fight or flight kind of moment that you guys were in, the steps above you guys had stopped. You're not hearing those, but you didn't hear them go away either. You've only heard the 4 below you go away. What would you like to do?
Kind of waiting on Exora on this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does the voice tell her to do?
I just wait for like the 5-minute mark, and then I just go, can we move? Sora has not flinched, moved hardly a muscle.
Right.
Frozen would ever halfway down a ladder rung step she was in.
It takes a little bit. So the communication has been pretty instantaneous since you got here.
Mhm.
Anytime she talks or you talk, responses are received pretty much right away.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bit of a delay this time. You ask that question and there's a silence in the back of your head for several seconds, about 7 to 10 seconds. And then you hear, yeah, I think you're okay. Just go slow.
Gorik, go slow. And downwards.
You're muted. if
Yeah,
you're talking.
Gork's just trying to figure out exactly what slow is.
Okay.
Well, we were told
just-
to hurry earlier, so now we must be slow.
He goes about 50% speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Half speed. Yeah, that's slow. That's slow, right?
What is going on? Can you not speak freely? How do you know where we are? I have many questions. You may choose to answer whichever you like at the moment.
You hear that delay again, about 7 to 10 seconds,
Mhm.
and Drew says, "I'll have answers for you, but I gotta get you safe first."
Oh. Safe from what? Who?
You don't hear a response
Oh.
this time.
These are very quiet. She's figured
Yeah.
out that she doesn't need to say it like loudly and out loud now. It's just
Right.
very quiet whispers
quiet.
to herself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just following behind Gorik.
Yeah. So you guys do get to the bottom. At half speed, quietly, your footsteps aren't echoing as much. Jake, since you are closest to whatever might be above you, you don't hear any footsteps following you at this time. Whatever it is seems to have stopped or gone away or something. You just didn't hear it recede if it did go away.
Okay.
You guys hit the bottom and you're standing on like foam mats that they use in like Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Or like any type of martial arts studio. You're standing on something that feels like that. Like it's firm, but it's mushy, you know?
It's firm, but it has give.
It has give, yeah.
Bounce.
Yeah.
Shock absorption.
Yeah. And as you're looking at it, and you guys take a couple steps, the footsteps that you were hearing, you shouldn't have been able to hear them. So whatever that noise was that they were making below you wasn't coming from their footsteps. Because if they were walking on the floors, You shouldn't have heard them.
It's
As
fine.
you guys are down here. Yep, it's totally fine. You guys are great.
I think it's fine.
I think we might be under some sort of obfuscation of something.
Okay.
Are we still hearing some footsteps?
Mm-mm.
At all?
No.
None?
So the 4 that were below you, they receded. They went away.
Okay.
The ones above us stopped.
The one above you stopped. You didn't hear them go away. You didn't hear them go back or anything like that. But you also didn't
Okay.
hear them start to follow you again.
Hey, Xora,
Yes.
have you been recording?
She looks like she wants to say a swear word, but instead just stays quiet. Pulls out the camera. Starts recording. The sound
alright.
meter's been out. Just
I
swaps.
was just wondering if the sounds we're hearing is in our noggins. Then it
I
won't
did have
be
the sound
recorded.
meter out though. Was there any fluctuations?
There was. The sounds you were hearing were not in your head.
All
Wait,
right.
the sound meter was picking them up. I wasn't video recording. Here,
Oh,
if you
no.
would like to hold on to the sound meter, you may.
You're the one that's not going to shoot anything, so you should hold all the fun things, and we'll hold the guns.
All right.
All right.
And Ixora has a look on her face that says, "This is totally safe. Everything's fine," but doesn't say it out loud.
Yeah. So you guys are on this ground now, and do you stray far from the ladder? What do you guys do when you're down here?
Can I make out any maybe tracks or anything on the ground?
Yeah, roll me a survival check.
There it is.
Ooh.
How about a critical?
Natural 20, absolutely. Okay. So you are looking at the ground, right? You're looking at whatever this floor is. Can't quite tell what it's made out of. It's like an off-white color. Has some kind of texture to it, but nothing like crazy. You're looking and you're looking and you're looking, and you cannot find any sign of something that had been walking around on the ground. So you turn your gaze up a little bit and you look at the wall, the metal wall that the ladder was attached to, and you see faint scuff marks. And you get the impression that whatever was walking around on the walls.
I see. They weren't using the floors.
I'm sorry, what?
They weren't using the floors.
To walk on?
Yes.
Oh.
You see, I just point at the scuff marks.
All right,
I believe this is sign of their movement, whatever they are.
pick up my leg and I put my foot on the wall. See if anything happens. Like if there's some weird gravity stuff at play, because that's a thing that happens sometimes. I'm just like,
yeah.
We do not seem to be able to do that. So this must be a type of being that does not abide by your gravity, or has very metallic, perhaps magnetic boots, or sticky, or I don't know.
Or they could interact with the strange metals in ways we can't.
That is perhaps an option. Perhaps these are actually supposed to be padded walls, like an insane asylum.
Yeah. Is Drew talking to you again?
Drew, where do we go from here?
There's that delay, and it's a little bit longer this time.
There seems to be a delay.
And you hear Drew come through, and they say, walk forward until you find the black line, and then stop and wait for my instruction.
Okay, we're supposed to go forward until we find a black line and then wait for further instructions.
You
Well,
ask?
just starts walking, looking for a black line.
Okay. Okay.
Can
I
you
will
ask-
record some things. Yeah.
Mhm,
Yes.
Jake would be like, "Can you ask the voice what it is we're trying to be safe from?"
They said they would explain.
Okay.
When it was
Um,
safe.
And it was safe.
Yeah.
Fiddler puts his Beretta down and starts taking
We're
out his
not
long
safe
rifle.
now.
And starts putting his long rifle together.
Yeah.
All right. I believe we should be bunkering here when we hit that line. What do you think, Jake?
Be fine with that, given the situation.
Gorak seeing Fiddler pull out his long rifle. He like nods, puts away his shotgun, and pulls out his bow.
Very nice. Very nice.
Ready to go.
So Gorak leads the way forward. What you guys are looking at. So the corridor that you were in above, it was that egg-shaped, right? Egg-shaped corridor
Mhm.
with like a great catwalk kind of thing. When you guys went down the ladder, it essentially it opened up. You saw the bottom, you saw the gangways, and then the walls did not extend downward except for the one that the ladder was attached to. Before you guys can only see as far as your light shines, and you are just seeing blackness, this strange off-white floor and blackness. There are no walls, nothing like that besides what's behind you. Eventually you guys do get to a thick, it's about 3 feet thick black line on the floor that you guys see. And it extends to the left and to the right for as far as your light reaches.
Oh. I wait patiently.
I believe this is the line.
But I will announce you've reached the line.
At that, there's that delay again.
Mhm.
And it's about 15 seconds now. You hear Drew, and it's been a very steady voice this whole time. Like you've heard some emotion, you've heard some inflection, but nothing like crazy. With what they're saying next, you hear worry in their tone.
Oh no.
And Drew
Do I
says,
feel the worry too? I felt the concern?
you do. And you've been
Okay.
feeling essentially you've been feeling additional emotions this whole time. It's gone from
weird.
From like worry to, fear to okay, good, like relief kind of thing, and then back to worry. Kind of like the same similar emotions to you've been feeling doubled.
Yeah, Sora is just her body posture is adjusting exaggeratedly to each, unbeknownst to her. It's just something the other members of the group would
Right.
notice.
Would
She's
see.
moving around a lot more than she normally would.
You hear Drew with that little bit of a delay. Okay, this part's really, really important. You guys are gonna have to follow my instructions to the T. If you don't, you'll summon them. And that would be really, really bad.
Instructions to the T, or we'll summon them. And them is in all caps. I'm just writing them down. Right?
Okay. I'll give you the first set of instructions, and then once you get to the safe checkpoint zone, I don't know what to call it. You humans call it checkpoints, I guess. Once you get to the checkpoint, I'll give you the second set of instructions. And you gotta follow them to the T. Otherwise, you'll summon them, and you probably won't survive. So just to the T. Drew begins to tell you a set of instructions that is in 3 steps forward, 6 steps to the right, 10 steps forward, 10 steps at this degree angle, and it is a long list of instructions.
I'm so glad she has pen and paper and is writing them down. Just
yes,
like 3F, 6R.
Yep. And she gives you the set of instructions, and like I said, it is a long set of instructions. But roll me a intelligence check with advantage, because you do have this pen and paper to properly record these instructions.
An intelligence check or save?
Whichever's higher for you.
Okay, we'll do save then.
Save. Okay.
No. Wait.
Oh.
I have
You have
Eureka
Oh,
points.
God.
Let me double check what they do.
Okay.
Wow.
Eureka. Can't be charmed. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Yes, there's that. Oh no, I might be fucked.
if you need the tension die, it's a D10. Just
Yeah, I have a thing that lets me use the tension die. I'm just like, where's all my things? I wrote them down. I'm just having to read through them. Level 2, you get this. Level 3, you get this.
Oh, the tension
Yes,
die's a D10 right now?
I
It's
do
a
need.
D10 right
I
now.
can do the tension die. The tension die. Yes, I can spend a Eureka point. No, once per short rest. Okay. Tension die.
Okay. And you can add it to your roll.
D10. Okay, I'm gonna put that tension die at a D10 on my sheet. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're just gonna roll one D10 and hope for the best.
Which I probably should have told you guys that at the beginning of the episode, but
It's okay.
yeah, it's a D10 right now.
Oh boy.
8. Okay,
8, 15.
Not bad.
15 total.
15. That's good. That's good.
That's very good.
That's pretty much what you needed. So
Oh, good.
good.
Oh, good.
So
Yay.
And
it takes you.
Right, as soon as after I write them all down, I relay the warning to the rest of my group. I say, perhaps I should take the lead on this one for the segment, because I have the instructions.
Golrick looks at Ixora skeptically.
Looks a bit nervous, but confident.
I will be right behind you.
Yes, you should be exactly 1 step behind me, and Fiddler should be 2 steps behind me, and Jake should be 3 steps behind me.
Okay. Counting
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay, so
This is gonna go so well.
we
Yeah, I was gonna
we are gonna go into a skill challenge. So
Oh boy, okay.
Just the picturing of this is pretty funny.
Yeah. It's pretty great. To start off with this skill challenge, we are just going to do general dexterity checks. Since there's currently no danger present, it is just a dexterity check.
Check.
You need to beat a 10 at the moment.
Okay.
That's asking a lot.
It's a 50-50 shot. 45, 55? Let's see how we go. 11.
11, okay.
Oops.
Gorik, no!
No.
He rolled twice. The
I
first one was
accidentally
good.
double clicked.
Oh, thank God.
First one was
Oh.
good.
I saw the last one. It was like, Gorik, no! 22. It's better. I'll beat 10.
I'll beat 10. Good.
Mhm,
Perfect.
mhm.
Okay, so Ixora, you start off this this
3
trail
steps forward.
essentially. Yep.
4 steps to the right.
You are following exactly.
And I make the steps human length, not my usual stride. I make them Jake, Fiddler, Gorik, average, like, between 5 and 6 feet tall being stride, and not 7 foot gangly stride. Yes.
Perfect. Good. Good. You guys are all walking along, following it to the T. It's not like hard for you guys at all. Ixora, it's a little bit
I'm just nervous about
with
fucking up and making everyone else fail. Yes.
Exactly. With your 11, you're not getting it wrong. You're just a little bit, you're second guessing yourself essentially.
Yes. And I'm trying to do it, like, convert my strides into like regular human length strides.
Yeah. Exactly. Just the slightest bit distracted kind of thing. As you guys are walking along, you're following the instructions, everything is going great, and then you hear those footsteps, which now that there are no walls around you,
Just say, how
there are
far down
no-
the list are we? We're not to the checkpoint yet, are we?
no, you guys are about the quarter of the way there.
Oh, quarter of
Oh,
the way there.
oh.
Quarter,
Oh, okay.
quarter of the way to the checkpoint. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Quarter of the way there. Don't worry, they won't all be dexterity checks. It'll be fine.
Okay.
As you guys are following these instructions, you hear
I look
those.
to the walls. I know
There
they're not
are
on the
no
floors.
walls.
Oh
There are
no!
no walls. This is just
Ceiling?
a big. Your light does not touch a ceiling.
Okay.
It is just a big black chasm past
Mm.
your lights right now.
Mhm.
And you're hearing them. Jake Miller at the back. You can hear one set behind you.
Okay.
And then you hear Ixora, since you're at the front, kind of like kitty corner to your left. You hear a set that way.
Oh.
And then Ixora, Gorik, it would be Fiddler directly to your right. You hear a set that way as well. For this next challenge, as you guys are going forward, I need everybody to make me a stealth check for their check this round, please. Good. Okay.
Oh,
23, 11 for Fiddler. Okay. 20 for Gorik and an 8 for Ixora.
I got nothing. I
Thankfully-
can't fix stealth. I can't.
Thankfully, everybody else passed.
Oh, good.
So if there had been one more failure, it would have
I'm
been.
just like muttering
not
it
great.
out loud to myself.
If there
at
was
the
one
steps.
more
Yeah,
failure, we would have died.
It would have been bad. It would not have been a fun time. Wouldn't have
Oh.
died yet, but wouldn't have been a fun time.
yeah.
Like,
Um,
Zora's not normally this anxious. It's like double. It's
Yeah.
like extra whatever
Yeah.
anxiety or fear or whatever is just on top, and it's just not helping.
Yeah, 'cause
Gorik
everything
just
is
places his
doubled.
hand on her shoulder,
That's
reaches up.
yeah. Zero. Okay.
Mhm, mhm. And you guys are able to keep your composure as a group and keep your levels down. You guys are hearing these footsteps sporadically. They don't seem to be following you right now. You just hear them in these general directions, like maybe
Walking
they're
their
there, but
own
they haven't been
paths.
noticed. Exactly.
Mhm.
For your next check, I will allow each one of you to choose what
Ooh.
you would like to roll to go forward. You can do another dexterity check. You can do another stealth check. Just let me know what you're choosing and why you're choosing it.
I would, since I've been second guessing myself,
Mhm.
and I have the list of instructions right in front of me, and I'm hearing these other things, I would like to use a perception check to narrow my focus onto what we're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely, you can do that.
Okay. Let's go. 22.
22, perfect. And you guys can do the same checks if you want to as well. If more people want to do perception, that's totally fine. Whatever you guys want to do. Like I said, just tell me why you're choosing that skill.
I wish to carefully pilot my body.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Go for it.
I'm doing.
Are you saying you're on autopilot
Auto-
following?
Jake's gonna do acrobatics because to me it's either that or athletics. Kind of like
You are
classic
in the
D&D.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you gotta.
So that is a 21 for Gorik,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm seeing.
24 for Jake.
24 for Jake. Perfect. And then Fiddler.
He's just going to try and be quiet.
Okay,
He
stealth.
feels like being in this big, open, dark space reminds him of the last
A
place
home.
he lived before this. So he's going to try this again. There we go. That's nice. I'll take that.
Good. Perfect. This is easy peasy.
Oh, wait. Nope. That was
Oh,
a 9.
no?
I hit it twice.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, I double hit it.
9.
Okay, but again, thankfully, we
Thanks
had
to the
3
group.
successes, 1 failure.
That's one of my
So-
better skills, too.
And
Surprising. Very surprising. So you this is very comfortable to you, Fiddler, because this, like you said, this reminds you of
you're a
your
little too
previous home.
relaxed.
You're a little too relaxed. You're a little too in your element here, and you're just not quite as quiet as you would normally be.
Mhm.
But with everyone else around you, it's not a problem. They're able to kind of like, quiet you kind of thing, cover up for it. And then for the final section, you guys are on the last set of instructions before the checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw, please. Dexterity saving throw, because there are things around and there's a little bit more danger here. So 17.
Oh,
Looking good.
wow.
I nat 20'd it.
Okay,
Sure.
perfect. 17
So
for
it's a
Fiddler,
21.
24 for Goric, 21 for Ixora, and a 16 for Jake Miller. This last bit, you guys are kind of like you're in that element now where you've hit your stride, you know what you're doing, you're following the instructions, you guys are following Ixora's lead, and you just kind of pick up the pace just a little bit, and you are able to see before you in this weird off-white foamy but solid floor. You see like a conversation pit, like from the 70s, like in houses.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just kind of like this indent in this big circular indent in the floor with like 2 steps down. And you see just like a platform kind of in the middle. It kind of looks like a table, but it's connected to the ground, if that makes sense. Like a little platform. And you hear yes, that's it. Go.
Okay.
What
So
is this place?
This is the checkpoint. Now I'm going to write down the second half of the instructions.
That was only the first half?
We're not done yet?
That is correct.
you hear Ixora in your head, once you guys all get into like this conversation pit, you hear after a delay that's now about 20-25 seconds, it just seems to be getting more and more difficult for Drew to communicate with you. You hear her say, on the platform, you're gonna have to find the button. Press it twice, 5 seconds each, and then make sure that everybody is standing on the second stair. So you've got the ground, the stair, and then
The second stair.
The second stair. So that's where she's telling you guys, or they are telling you guys to stay, is that second stair. The person who presses the button is going to have to jump from the platform to the second stair. Do not touch the ground. Okay? Press the button, find the button, press it 2 times, 5 seconds each. Everybody has to be stepping on that second stair by about...
Any delay in between the 5 seconds?
Yeah. No delay. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah. You get it. You're smart.
Thank you.
And then there'll be a delay from when you press the button to when you get to the stair. You'll have about 10 seconds to get from the platform to the second stair, and then nobody move. Okay? Nobody move.
All right.
Take your time, but maybe speed up a little bit, because they're starting to notice something's not right. So.
Oh dear. All right.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I will be.
Okay. Yep. Okay. On it. Then I'll turn and be like, could I have everyone please assemble on the second stair?
Okay. Why?
So the second set of instructions is much shorter. We are supposed to stand on the second stair. Someone has to get onto the platform, find the button, press it, hold it down for 5 seconds, let go, and then hold it down for another 5 seconds.
That's easy.
And then jump back onto the second stair and not to touch the floor at all.
How far is the platform from the second stair? Like the distance between?
It would take a sizable jump.
And
nothing impossible, but it would require a jump.
And there is approximately 10 seconds of time between pressing the button, letting go of the button the second time, and getting to the stair. And then we do not move at all. We freeze. We hold very extraordinarily still on the stair.
Can we touch the floor now?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. So,
I
Oh,
do
where's
not.
the button?
who's our best jumper?
I am not extraordinarily coordinated.
I'm not very athletic myself. All right.
Either Gorik or Lieutenant Jake Miller. I'm sure he's past basic training.
I'm just
Jake
not a
can do
jumper,
all the
right?
basic things.
All the basic things.
It is
All right.
up
Well,
to you
let's,
guys.
let's find the button. And then one of you guys are going to have to be the ones to press the button and do the
All
thing.
right. I'll find the button.
I'm
Let me
just
get on the
already on the
platform.
second step, holding very, very still.
Okay.
All right.
Take a look for
Jake?
the button.
Since you're looking for the button, go ahead and roll me a investigation check. And since you guys are all kind
Oh.
of looking for this button, oh, did you already? Oh no, I was gonna give you advantage, but it doesn't matter. 'cause
doesn't
you rolled
matter,
The same
it's
thing.
They roll the same.
Gork, you just
Um,
push the button. Jake can't find it. It's just-
Right. You are looking and you're looking and you're looking and you cannot find
There
this
is
button
no
anywhere.
button.
There's no button.
It's right behind you.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be funny if it was
Yeah.
just right.
I don't know with 2 8s. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dice. You betrayed me.
Can I get a perception check?
It would require investigation because you have to go to
Dang.
the
All right.
platform. It is
All
not
right.
visible.
Well, if it's an investigation check. Oh, I think I already used my thing. Yep. Nope.
Isn't
Sorry.
Fiddler good
Hang
at those?
I
ish?
am. If you'd like
Okay.
me to look, I could point it out for you, and then you guys can do it. How about that? All right. Give me a second. I'll.
And you will also have advantage because you guys are all kind of looking at this at the same
Mhm.
time,
All
searching for this button.
I will investigate. 25.
Natural 20.
That's nice.
Perfect. Easy peasy.
The
You
button's right there.
Like
Yeah.
he looks at Jake. He goes, right next to your foot.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, there it is.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It was right below you. It's hard to see there.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
So the rest of us on the second step, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second step. Don't move.
Okay.
I'm
So who's gonna
sorry,
be-
holding very still.
Yeah. Jake, are you our jumper or are you going to be the one to press the button?
Button presser. I jump.
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah.
So the way this is.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
go
going
ahead.
to say, Gorik and I are going to stand on the second next to it. You jump towards us, all right? And
Yep.
and we'll try and grab you and make sure you don't fall off the step or anything like that.
Mhm, mhm.
Can
Or
do.
we'll all go down.
Perfect. Okay. So, Jake.
Yep.
This button, Fiddler pointed it out. It's by your foot.
Yep.
It is at the bottom of this platform. The instructions were that you cannot be touching the ground. So you're going to have to essentially lay on top of the platform and like extend your arm over the edge to press this button. If that makes sense.
Okay.
And then you'll have to get up and jump kind of thing.
Okay. Can do.
So, first things first, easy peasy. You're going to be able to press the button, follow the instructions. 5 seconds, let it go. 5 seconds, let it go. Go ahead and make me. You can do a athletics or an acrobatics, whichever you prefer.
Gonna acrobatics it.
Okay, make me an acrobatics check to jump from the platform to the second step.
All right.
10.
10.
Okay.
Jeez, stop
So-
rolling low. Ah.
Jake is flat on his stomach. You guys are kind of all watching because you're facing him right as he's pressing this button. He's flat on his stomach. He presses the button, holds it for 5 seconds, let it go, presses it, holds it for 5 seconds. As he's standing up, he kind of trips over his own feet and he is able to push off, but he stumbles and it looks like he might not quite make it. Fiddler and Gorik, you guys have a reaction since you guys were prepared for this.
We try to grab him.
Yeah, you can roll.
Well, I like throw out my shotgun towards him. It's still like attached to me.
Oh.
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah, to kind
Yeah.
of grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can roll me it's pretty much same thing, athletics, acrobatics, whatever is better for you to help Jake and grab him.
Oh God, this is where we die.
Oh,
Oh no! I'm holding
Yes.
stock still.
Wait. Oh
I
I'm
don't
so
understand this. I don't get it.
how do we
I-
do?
How did we all roll that bad?
I don't get it.
How do we do
5.
die thing? Can we
So
do
if you
that?
have an ability, sometimes there are abilities that you can add the tension die to
Mhm.
your roll. If you have anything like that, you are more than welcome to use it.
Oh, I
Nothing
don't have anything like that.
No? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
Now we're just fucked.
I mean, if I was going to do
case,
if I needed to know why we were going to die, I could use a tension die on that. But
Right.
An engineering check, but it can't help here.
Well, looks
So-
like there might be some issues.
So
I'm still.
what happens? Jake kind of stumbles. Gork and Fiddler at the same time, you guys, kind of like lunge forward, lean forward to catch and pull him over. But you're not expecting his weight. Like, it's you guys kind of all fall forward
Okay,
into a
sorry.
pile.
Yep.
What have
On
you
the
been
floor.
eating?
Lead bricks.
As you all hit the floor,
Uh-oh.
a high-pitched, ringing, screeching noise, like an alarm, starts to go off.
Get up.
Before you have much of a reaction, the entire platform and floor and second step
Oh no.
begins to
6,
cave
5,
in and
4,
retract.
3, 2.
And as it hits that 10-second mark, you guys all start falling down this metal curved chute,
Oh
essentially.
no.
Uh-oh!
And
no.
we are going to stop there
Oh.
because it is 11 o'clock and we've got some people who have to be up early in the morning and we're not quite done yet. So
That's a pretty good cliffhanger
we're
right there.
close. I know it.
Yep, you guys are getting there. Very close, very close.
Did we get one last like mental comment from
absolutely
the
please,
voice in
please
the...
absolutely.
No, I'm just wondering what our
What Drew
friend
has to
Drew
say
what
about
Drew
this?
has to
would
say.
like, is that just does Sora just hear shit in the back of her head or something like that?
Like, oh no. Or do I
No,
feel an
actually.
emotion?
You don't. So as soon
no.
as that alarm started going off, you lost that connection.
Oh no. So you just hear Xora go, oh no. It's the steppers.
And then the ground falls out and you guys are all falling down this chute. And that is where we will pick up next week. Jeez, okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go
We did
ahead
so well
and
until
go
we
around.
didn't.
Right. Just to the very end. It's great. I love it. I'm here for it. Makes for a good
Worst
story.
HGP team ever.
It's very Stargate of us.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
We
Very,
didn't. If
very
the mission
Stargate.
went flawlessly, something is wrong.
Right. So we will go ahead and we will go around and favorite part, what you're expecting to happen, like what you think might happen next week. And then just tell us where we can find you. I will start with myself and then I'll pass it on to the Scion of our channel. So she can, kind of do that whole thing. I am Nuggetosaurus. I am the Gate Master here on Tuesdays. You can also find me here on Mondays playing in our Mondays in Exandria game. I really liked y'all's reaction to basically everything, because I've been thinking about this since like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I've been like, okay, how can I make these guys feel the tension without ever actually seeing an enemy? And I was like, I have ideas. So I'm very pleased with y'all's reactions. I'm very glad that you guys seem to be enjoying it, and I hope you guys will enjoy what happens next week as well. So that is me. Lindy, take it away.
Thank you. We're gonna finish going around, and let's just go in the order that we started in. So, Fiddler, how was tonight for you?
Okay, you threw me off there because normally I go last this time around. You're flipping it around on me again.
Just,
I can.
look.
I'm never prepared. All right.
Wahaha, it's my talent. We always talk to Nugget when she's eating, and I'm gonna catch you unprepared.
Fiddler failed at a lot tonight. He was I think he was having flashbacks. Eventually I think it's gonna be he was thinking too much about the destruction of his last home. And that's what's been throwing him off because he hasn't really been in a cave, like a big dark cave system like this with enemies around since he joined the Tari. So yeah, he's freaking out right now. And I imagine Gorik and Jake both fell on him. So he's the little guy underneath two big guys as they're falling to their deaths. So that's going to go great, I think. Yeah, thank you. On Deception Check, I play Fiddler poorly, and I run Mondays in Exandria, the new batch, on Mondays, where we cause chaos on a regular basis. Is what we do. And occasionally when we have our leader back, or we have aliens coming up sometime soon, and some other things that might be popping up here and there, which are going to be fun because we like that kind of stuff. So yeah, favorite part tonight was not actually in the game. It was some of the comments made in our party chat. That was a lot of fun. The game was great. All of it was fun, but some of the comments were hilarious. We now think that Lieutenant Jake Miller is a spy for the System Lords because he has a cell phone that works in space, and that's not possible. So we caught you out, Jake. We know the secret. All right. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And Gorik, how was tonight for you?
It was great. Yes, I had a lot of fun. D20 Coup de Grace. Find me playing here Monday, Tuesdays, and you can find me playing on GTA RP on my channel pretty often. My favorite part was, I can't remember the exact line. Fiddler said something about like, when they said open mind, they didn't mean it literally, and then Xora was like, "I believe it was," and just that line cracked me up.
I'm glad. Someone who isn't easily cracked up right now is Lieutenant Jake Miller. How are you?
I'm exhausted, guys. This has been a long day of work, so I'm done. I like the game, so sorry I'm dropping. Just life. I like the tension for the game tonight. It was good. So
it was good tension.
Thanks,
indeed.
everybody.
Thank you. Yes, that was a good moment with the I'm pretty sure when, open-minded. Yeah, that was a good line. Just the fascinating middle of the first room, which had all of us science nerds like, ooh, what fascinating properties does this hold? Followed by the immediate spooks. Spoopiness of the whole thing, and it's just like, oh no. What I think is going to happen next, I think this is a big slide down to a prison, or it's a garbage chute, and I think that Drew might be an AI. It might be like the ship's computer or something if we're on a spaceship, and it's trying to stop something or save something, or I don't know, or is a fellow prisoner and is trying to get rescued. I don't know, and it's scary. That's my theories. So you can find us here next week for more Stargate Flames of Hope, where we will wrap this up, and it'll be very, very exciting. And then, of course, after next week, we'll be switching to a bi-weekly schedule, so we don't have super, super sleepy people. And, just it helps with prep and things for a Dungeon Master. Bi-weekly is fun, and maybe, who knows, maybe we'll have a different game on the other Tuesdays. Who knows? We're in talks in the works, so we'll see. But thank you all so much for watching. Till next time, have fun, play games, and go through Stargates. But Cinderbelt first.